People don't need to be saved. What people need is knowledge of their own power and how to access it. When I did get this big job that I loved, how I ended my time there really impacted me. Because if I pour my heart and soul into a place and they get to decide what to believe about me, then I can't leave that decision to anybody else. I have to create my own. And I have to create a place where people feel safe. I'm the CEO of StandUP. We go all over the world helping organizations become more emotionally intelligent by developing their leaders. I change people's lives, I help them see their power, and the growth is inevitable. My name is Lana Hailemariam, and I'm a woman in power. My name is Lana Hailemariam, and I'm the CEO of StandUP, which is the best organization in the world. We're trying to bring emotional intelligence to everywhere. I was born and raised in the DMV, also known as DC, Maryland, Virginia, near Washington, DC. I would say my childhood, it feels special to me, feels like it was hard to me, but everybody has their own struggles, right? I've never known life with my parents together. I feel like they immediately divorced. They were like, "Ooh, I've made Lana, we're done." And so I lived with my mom, and I would see my dad on every other weekend. And nobody in my family was necessarily rich. I mean, my mom struggled, and my dad even struggled for at least a good period of time.
Lana Hailemariam grew up between two homes and a mother who never stopped moving, learning early to read people, stay close, and carry a pull toward others that never really left her.
I would say the most notable part of my childhood is watching my mom. And one thing I remember that she always did, she brought me everywhere she went. And in fact, I think I did that with my daughter. I don't know if she loves it. But she was going to get her master's degree, and I was with her at Bowie State University in the evenings. And I would be next door in an empty classroom, and I would do my homework while she was getting her master's degree. And today my mom has 2 master's degrees. She started off as a secretary of a pastor at a church. And by the time I graduated high school, this woman had a master's degree. And so I just learned a lot about the hustle and the grind and how to stay focused. I ended up graduating high school like everybody else, that got that chance. And I went away to school for a year. I went to Salem College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but then I came back, transferred back home to University of Maryland, College Park, where I graduated with an international business degree. Go Terps. So I would say I did everything right? I remember a conversation with my mom when I was a young child, and she was like, it was my freshman year. And she said, "What do you want to do? What are you majoring in?" And I was like, "Oh, I found my major. It's going to be sociology." And she was like, "Girl, don't do that. You won't make any money." So I didn't. And I became a business major. And guess what I'm doing now, Mom? Sociology. Don't get me wrong. My mom was trying to save me from some hardship. I'd much rather the route that I took. And I knew that I wanted to work with people, and I wanted to help people from a very young age.
Lana moved through job after job, chasing the spark that made her feel alive, until that same drive pulled her across state lines and into something entirely new.
So there were a lot of jobs There was Progressive Insurance. I was a claims adjuster. I worked for officer.com as a salesperson. And I was really good at sales. I worked for Workflow One as, everybody ever seen The Office? It's like that. It was like a paper company. And I was decent there. I wasn't great, but I did okay there. But the job that I really enjoyed, that I still had to leave because I couldn't, get my income to match my love for it, if you know what I mean, was when I was a sales and events manager for a cheerleading company, a national cheerleading company that went international to the Bahamas. And that's where I started to be really good at sales, but also I had to manage the event. And so it was like operations and management, but also I got the sales side. And that is where everything came together. And if you think about entrepreneurship, that's pretty much what it is, right? We're managing the business and making sure that you have more dollars at the end of the day than you've spent, but also we got to sell it and we have to build it and attract people to us. And so that was the sales and business development side. That position was the most fun and it spoke to all the parts of me. But if you ask me about all my jobs, I am 100% sure that I've forgotten half of them. Because from 2001 to about 2000, maybe 6 was a little rough. There were a lot of jobs going on. And then I got this one job where I became the director at a mega church and I was on the senior leadership team. I managed the largest budget in the entire church. I had 5 full-time staff that reported to me. The operation was 200 deep in volunteers and over 300 kids. It was a children's ministry that I ran. That was the first job that really spoke life into me. I was like, ooh, I have responsibility, like things I can put together, I can build, I can create, I can lead people, I can teach, I can guide, I can do things. I was like, this is it. This is leadership. Sign me up. And also, they were really good at investing in their leaders. That was the place where I grew the most as a leader because they poured so much into us and they just made sure that we were equipped to do the work that we were doing. What contributed most to my move to Denver is I was looking for jobs after I left the church, and I honestly couldn't find one. I like to say it's not because there was something wrong with me. It's because everybody's great in the DMV. And it was just really competitive in the workforce. I genuinely could not get any bites on my resume. And it's really hard to make a new life for oneself without a job. And so I started to apply out of state, and I chose 3 cities. One was in Florida, one was Chicago, and the other one was Denver. Why? Because I had some random cousins that lived there. I just was picking cities. And Denver just loved me. I sent my resume to Denver and I got 3 interviews. I set them up for the same week. I flew out there, interviewed at all 3 places. I got 2 offers. I chose one. I went back into the school system and I just moved. I worked out the dates and moved. After I moved to Denver, then I realized why my resumes were flying so fast. Well, because, honey, it's very white out there in Denver. They didn't have a lot of me. And so not that that's the only reason, but I do think it was hard for them to find people that brought some different flavor. And so looking out of state was a really good move for that particular school.
In Denver, steady work grounded Lana until a name she'd never heard kept finding her, steering her toward a turn she never saw coming.
I got this great job in Denver as an operations manager for a charter school, and I had a great boss, and I really didn't want any responsibility. I was newly divorced. I was in a new city. I just wanted to show up, go to work, and go home. And so that lasted 1 year, and then they quickly promoted me to administrator. So when I became an administrator, that's when I realized I don't feel like I can help these kids for real. I just felt like I was managing situations, but not actually helping the little humans that were in the building. And it frustrated me. So I went to the school and I was like, listen here, I'm not doing this anymore. I got to go, but I'll stay until you find someone and I'll train that person. And that's exactly what I did. So I got another job as a director of a mentoring program. So this program went into the school system from outside of it. And I was like, ooh, I can change lives this way. And so I got hired there and I did it for about, a year. And I met somebody, one of the ladies that was on my team, she was like, hey, do you know this lady named Amy Brady? And I was like, no, I don't know anybody. I just moved out here, And she was like, you remind me of her. So that was that. Fast forward a few more months, I was somewhere else completely. And that person was like, hey, do you know someone named Amy Brady? And I was like, no, but somebody else asked me that too. And she was like, yeah, you remind me a lot of her. And I was like, who the hell is this Amy Brady? What's going on? So I went back to my employee and I was like, hey, remember that lady you said I remind you of? Give me her contact info. I'm going to reach out. I was like, this is not by accident, right? Too random. So I reach out and Amy Brady replies and she's like, okay, let's meet. So we meet for coffee and I have never felt so connected to a random white lady like I was with her. And I get connected to people very quickly. It has never happened for someone in Denver who was so different. She was a little bit older than me, not significantly like she thinks. And she just had a completely different walk of life, but I felt like we were just connected the whole time, like I had known her my whole life. And I think she felt it too. So there was no real opportunity. She had this company called StandUP. And she was trying to figure out if she should grow the company or if she should just leave it at the same size. And she said, I'll know in the next few months. I'm working with this person to figure it out. And then randomly in August, I remember I get an email from Amy Brady. And it's like, hey, I'm hiring for this position. Can you help me get the word out? And so I forwarded it to all the people I knew. And maybe about a week later, she responded again and said, hey, did you get that email I sent you? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, did you read it? I was like, oh, she wanted me to look at it. So I went ahead and read it and I applied. I mean, it was for a position to be a facilitator and a coach and kind of like a consultant and do kind of the work that she was doing, which was emotional intelligence work and leading workshops. And I was like, yeah, that's my jam. That's what I do. So I applied and she hired me and I was her first employee for this business that she started in her house called StandUP.
When the partnership reached its crossroads, Lana stepped into ownership with the same instinct that had carried her through every leap, ready to shape something far bigger than the work she started in.
In 2024, I think, Amy and I agreed to split our business. So we worked together for 5 years. And during that 5 years, we actually created another business during our time together. And it was so amazing because we share a brain, but we're also very different in how we think. It also became a lot to run two businesses with two people. And so we decided that she would take the one business and she sold me StandUP. So now I'm the sole owner of StandUP. Amy remains the founder. She's still kind of mentoring me, reaches out and everything, but it's all mine now. She trusted me with her baby. Well, we go out into the world and create emotionally intelligent organizations. Here's the thing. A lot of companies do professional development and some are doing some amazing work. And when you hear the word leadership development, nobody gets really excited anymore. It's because we're all kind of used to it. We've been there, we've done that. A lot of times professional development is teaching humans how to do something that we need them to do, but not actually developing them to make them a better human so they can be better anywhere they go in the world. It's not what we do, it's the way we do it, it's the how. We help people to transform, to become the highest version of themselves and to find that pathway forward. Many people are feeling like me. They're in those jobs and they're like, it's gotta be more. There's gotta be more to this. Or they know that there's more and they keep hitting a ceiling. They can't get advanced. They don't get seen. They don't get promoted. They don't get the responsibility, or they get the responsibility, but they're not getting compensated for it. And so they don't feel valued for having it. All those things, we come in and work with individuals that are in organizations, because if you change the individuals, then you change the organization. Well, people take responsibility for who they are, how they show up, and how they impact others. It changes everything. And that's what we do.
Long before anyone tracked the impact, Lana understood that changing how people grew could change how entire companies rose. And that conviction shaped everything that followed.
If you want to understand kind of our industry, we take industrial psychology and business and blend it together. So we can go into any organization and help them with almost anything that's individual and or leadership based. It doesn't matter if you're in the financial sector. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer. We're currently working with a manufacturing company. It doesn't matter the industry that our clients are in. It matters that they have humans working for them in that industry. We do human-centered work. We develop people so that they become better workers, they become better leaders, they become better marketers for the organization. The industry says that if you have salespeople, which every business should have, or else how are they in business, right? If you have salespeople who do the work that we do, that salesperson will sell 351% more than the salesperson who is not engaged in the work that we offer. It's called developing your EQ. EQ is the same as emotional intelligence. It just means that you're aware that you don't show up perfect all the time, but the difference is you're taking responsibility for it. It means that you're aware that you have room to grow, but the difference is now you know how to grow. It means that you're aware that tough conversations are hard for you to have, but it's not something that you shy away from or avoid anymore. You go in, you have the conversations, and not only are you having them, but you're having them effectively and keeping the relationships. That is the work we do. Every organization needs this work. To the people in corporations, and we deal with this a lot, who don't see the need for this kind of work, what happens is we're so busy and fixated on what's in front of us that we don't see the value of the other things. But what it's called is strategy. Emotional intelligence work is a business strategy. It helps you get out of the weeds of seeing what's next, and coming back and taking like a moon look down on the earth to see what all do we need all the way around in order to get us to where we actually want to be. We gotta stop putting out fires. Stop putting out fires and instead start preventing them. It's easy to say, but there is a huge waste of close to $1 billion on workers, on training that the companies never even benefit from. Just throwing money out the window. And it's time to get that back. At the end of the day, companies need to make money. We're all in business to experience profits. That's how it works. Emotional intelligence work is a business profit strategy, but most leaders don't know that yet. With emotional intelligence development, this top person, this person that's now 6 degrees of separation from the people whose decisions they're making are impacting, now they make better decisions. They make better decisions because now they're not just fixated on their level. They see that there's something beyond them. And this is something that is really hard to teach. But once we show up and just do 1 hour with people are in there like, whoa, this is different. I believe that what people do is individual therapy. Some people might even have an executive coach. But taking coaching organizationally to impact the masses in an organization is the one thing that transforms the organization. And when you transform an organization, the humans that are in it, you increase the profits, you increase the relationships, you get better leaders who make better decisions, and there's no leader who's going to say no to that.
Lana treats every ambition like a decision you make long before the world believes it. Because the moment you choose the life you want, the rest becomes a matter of refusing to step aside.
What would I tell somebody who wants to experience success or is aspiring to achieve something that they haven't yet? I would probably say two things. So my favorite quote is one from Confucius. And he said, the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he cannot are both correct. And so I would say it's all a mindset game. Any successful entrepreneur would tell you the same thing. If you believe that the world is against you and there's nothing you can do about it, if I were to say, well, I'm a Black woman and so my life is hard and so this and that. Yes, I've been denied enough business loans that other people, my colleagues, have gotten for what appears to be no damn reason. Absolutely. That stuff is going to happen and it's clear and it sucks. And that can't be my reason not to be successful. Like, we got to figure it out. Everybody's going to have some stuff and we just got to figure out, how do I get around this next barrier? How do I keep moving? Life is life. I think we only think it's like joyful times and then we get all depressed when it gets hard. But that's what life is. It's joyful and it's hard. It's lovely and it's ugly. Like, that is all life. And so if we just are prepared to decide who we are, if I decide I am going to do this thing, then there's no barrier that can stop me but me. And that's when you come and hire me and I'm going to help you with that barrier. But the second thing is that you have to understand what success looks like for yourself in order to experience it. And be careful, because I live in the United States, and the United States says that success looks one way. And that is, the person with the most money wins. The person with the most money is the most successful. But that doesn't have to be your definition. If your definition of success is that you get to spend time with a parent who needs you right now and you build your life so that you can be there for that parent, then you are successful and you got to own that. You got to enjoy that you've arrived. If your definition of success is to retire at 40, at the moment, I'm 47, so you beat me. You got there first, right? So then figure that out and decide what it looks like for you. But just be careful about what success is for you. And I would say to people, don't make it all about money. The money is the vehicle to get you something that you really want. What do you really want? That's how you get to success. Focus on that.
As a woman who never waited for permission, Lana stepped into her vision with a quiet certainty that the work she'd begun would outgrow every room she'd ever stood in.
So at StandUP, what's coming is that we have done a lot of work with CEOs separate. I have two people, me and one other person on my team who does a lot of board work and CEO level work. But most of our business is the middle, right? Team leads, managers, directors, VPs. That's our sweet spot. We are just now launching 3 different tracks, 3 different series of growth, aspiring and emerging leaders. Next up is going to be the middle. And then we're also going to do a cohort just for CEOs. And I'm excited because I think all of those people need their own space, especially CEOs. CEOs don't like being in a room with other people. And so we're going to give them their own space. Can you imagine when a bunch of CEOs have their own space to just be raw and grow? They don't have to be the smartest person in the room. In fact, they're not. What would that look like for companies around the country whose CEOs are in this room? I'm telling you, we out here going to transform America. I don't know. Y'all got to come on with us now. My name is Lana Hailemariam, and I'm a woman in power because I have the power to transform organizations through their leadership. We transform organizations by making them more emotionally intelligent. I change people's lives. I help them see their power, and the growth is inevitable.